Not much else to say other than that. I mean, I figured we would be talking about the video game, your video game currently. So right now I'm in the middle of it's like a boss fight that doesn't have a death state, but I'm just trying to focus on it so I don't lose all my shit. But I'm here, I'm listening. Yeah, until we get to 5.3, which is a big one. Is Flame muted? Yeah, apparently you're muted. All the settings get reset.
Yep, I know what happened. Okay. Yeah, well, I'm not gonna talk about why. Computer technical difficulties. Hello everybody. Hello Mortal.
Hello.
Hello Tatsu. Hello Night Fiend. Night Fiend, can you please stop sending me mail in game? We had our fun sending minions and stuff, but now it's kind of becoming a chore to clean my mailbox out. Please and thank you. So we were opining over. I'll just give a quick summary. We're out of Shadowbringers, so now we're in Shadowbringers patch content, which is like inevitable letdown. Possibly one of the coolest moments just in Final Fantasy 14 or no, but we've been over this. Yeah, no, I mean, earlier this year we had a lot of fun. I get mail. I show the minion out with it. I'm feel like we've had our fun with it. It's no longer fun. So, thank you for the stuff. All right, so we are back on the source. Triumphant. The last thing we saw was waving goodbye to the Crystal Exarch and all the Scions who are now stuck on the source, or stuck on the first, but we'll figure that out maybe, question mark. And then we find out that Xenos is back in his body and he murdered his dad, which is the hard cutout. All right, so we need to go back to pray Return to the Rising Stones and tell Tataru about all the crap we've been up to. And then this is going to be the actual end of the Shadowbringers expansion. I think I'm just going to be finding all technical difficulties as I come across them in the next few weeks. Tataru, but. Viola, is it really you? Hi, it's me. How? When? We didn't think you'd be back for ages. Time. No, we're being assholes. Would you rather I went again? Oh, don't be daft. I just can't believe you're actually back. We heard the good news from your pixie friend, but nothing compares to seeing you in the flesh. As for the situation on this side, the Imperials are still eyeing our forces from afar. From what I'm told, the Garlean armies have been slow to react and seemed reluctant to commit to any large-scale engagements. It's an odd sort of stalemate. Otherwise, we've yet to see any sign of that awful Black Rose weapon we were warned about. Oh, but it says we did call in an old friend to help out on that count. An old friend. Kryle and I had a terrible time tracking him down. That will be worth to see the look on your face when you find out who it is. Anyway, I was just about to make contact with this helper of ours and then confirm the latest news from the front. But you fancy having a rest while I do? A rest and a half. The Warrior of Light back where she belongs, just as if nothing had happened. They do seem different somehow. You'll have to tell me all about your adventures when we next have a spare moment. Till then, welcome back. Yeah, at this point in time, we are now... what, 8/14ths of an Ascian? So we got a whole fraction on the entire rest of the universe. Time flows differently in the source, and Viola was acting as a messenger. Yes. Oh, speaking of messenger. Oblivion has claimed him. Emet gone. La Habrea gone. I alone remain, the last of the unbroken. So I'm interpreting that as Viola would just pop in from time to time and give the big deets. When you use the retainer bell on the first, Viola shows up and says that she will sort of go into your retainer's dreams, steal away into the dreams and like go in and back. So she basically uses some fey magic to go to the source and then come back through the connection with you. Now, whether it was literally into the dreams and that's always the way it happens, or if Viola is just having a little bit more fun with your retainers than in respects to Taru and her soon to become burgeoning massive giga empire, it's... I don't know if there's a formal response to that. But yes, good to know. Mild relief, at least, that people were not completely in the dark in the source while you were traipsing around the first. Here's Elidibus. Once more, I move to reevaluate the potential of these tattered souls. Ah, Xenos, never did I dream you'd overpower me so completely, possessed as I was of your body and all its uncanny strength. And now that I have shared with you the truth of this world and its reflections, who can predict how events will unfold? Not I. Emissary. What a poor jest that title has become. The flow of history has become muddied and its currents wild beyond my capacity to direct them. You've wrested the advantage, Heidelin. The thieving hands of your disciples tighten their grip on our star. The origins of the world remain hidden and its inhabitants ignorant of their broken existence, just as you and your creators desired. They celebrate the gift of imperfect life, uncaring, unknowing, as we weaken and fade. Do not imagine yourself rid of us. Though your champion has indeed proven the most egregious obstacle to our ascendance, a barbed thorn in my side, she may yet be removed and cast into the abyss. Oh yes, it can be done. I will keep these heroes mired in the first, and victory will be ours at the last. Our lovely Brant has slain the Titania 5 seconds later. Emmett self-capped the Exarch. Yeah, they're not... The time bending, they're not too descriptive of. But we do get the impression that the reflections all sort of have their own time speed going on. I suppose the theory of it is that we were over on the first for, I guess, what would equivalent to like a couple of weeks, like in terms of like all the adventuring and all the crap we were up to. And so, you know, the time dilation maybe was like a half of that. I don't know. I'm sure there's a wiki somewhere that breaks this down in much better detail for whoever's interested. Warriors of Darkness now are they? And their fate is decided. They shall meet the same end as those who came before, death at the hands of Warriors of Light.
Guess what we won't be doing?
Not for a little while, anyway. Seems you were right. Yes, there is something out there. It would mean crossing Malms and Malms' infernal emptiness, which is rather unhealthy for living creatures, as I understand it. Even were we to restrict ourselves to brief forays, I don't like to imagine the effect it would have on our ether. But you still want to go, don't you? We may have saved the world, but we haven't reclaimed it. When you put it that way. What choice do we have? Well, of course I'm going with you. That's what family is for, isn't it? Come, let's head back and prepare for this mad journey of yours. Thank you, Thancred. Your blazing skies give way to gentle night. What hand can end the war of dark and light? By completing the main scenario quest, you've unlocked the Trust system. Trust allows you to repeat previously completed main scenario dungeons with a party of NPC avatars who will gain XP and level up in accordance with their duty participation. I never screwed around with trusts.
When it first came out, it was awful. It took about 40 runs of Wholeminster Switch to get enough fucking EXP to move to the next dungeon.
Yikes.
It was extremely slow. Now they've significantly upped the EXP you get so that it is a lot faster now than it used to be, but your NPC teammates are just as slow and garbage as they are in normal Trust play gameplay. You're going to be seeing a boss's mechanic about 3 or 4 times before you actually beat the damn thing. It's not interesting. I'm not a fan of it.
I think I'd heard that it was like you could get them new skins. Like it's sort of just like if you really, really, really wanted to play a dungeon 30 times by yourself. It was a weird use case, but I suppose I was thinking about it from the angle of they created the duty support system, which I guess was called the Trust system back then. And so they're like, well, we have this tech. We can have people just run dungeons by themselves endlessly instead of having to wait for people. So why not make it a grind? I suppose they thought. And then it's still in the game though, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, like you can run trusts on like Endwalker and Dawn Trail crap too. Which, sure, I guess. Rin's a rogue. The same way that Thancred is a rogue. They never... You'd think that Yukiri may have been implied to do some, like, cross-training with Thancred. But they do rogue crap. It's not terribly... Yeah. So, this... New content has been available in the Crystarium. So we can do the Samurai final capstone quest. Let's see. We'll start this step. We'll do that. I like the Samurai capstone quest is actually pretty good. God, it's good to see you. I hope you're bringing here means you've had your fill of rest. Not so much as 40 weeks tooth be cold. Yeah, I think that they gave her a custom class thing. You're too selfless. That's your problem. You'll be no good to anyone if you don't take a break every once in a while. Anyway, she's just scared of Mudras. I don't want the bunny. Now that this happened since your last visit, I had planned for you to meet that helper I told you about, but he refuses to answer his link pearl. I do hope he's alright. I've been exchanging messages with the Elorsian Alliance throughout, though. They say fighting has finally stopped Gimlet Dark, and that the Empire has shown no sign of movement. Which means you might actually have a moment to ourselves for a change. Seeing as you're back, maybe you could tell me more about your time in the First. Oh boy, that's a lot of talking. And if you don't mind, I would like to ask Flammen to join us. He'll not know what happened in Philly, and I think he best hears it from you. I'll meet you on the terrace at the House of Splendors. Alright, so let's do Samurai. So the Samurai 50 to 60 is learning about your sensei, who teaches you about the way of the blade, and then has some really, really awesome, like, classic samurai moments. 60 to 7, which I did not stream, was a much more almost like a police story, which makes sense because it had to do with the Seki Segumi, which are like the police in Kugane. It was good, but I don't regret not streaming it because I thought it was gonna be here. Maybe you're here. Hang on a minute. No. Oh, maybe it's there. Find out. Thought it was gonna be. No, this is 70. This isn't gonna be what we're looking for. All right. The hell is it? No. Oh, this is the Reaper quest. All right. Kurds born of fear. Oh, no. It says you go here for it in the journal, yeah. Yeah, Kugani's probably the next place to check. Huh? You come to the quicksand during the quest, which is what got me to think it'd come here. There it is. Legend of Musosai. Also, it wouldn't be a blue plus quest because it's just a little bit of story. Yeah, this is their send off to the individual job quests, and then so after this, it's just there's no more samurai anything. It's all physical DPS, which I mean I've talked about this before. They're concentrating the story into roles rather than each individual job. Definitely had stronger stories, but I do miss the flavor. All right. How good of you to pay me a visit, and now of all times. You see, I'm about to depart for Eorzea to visit Master Musosai's grave to tell him of our victory over Ugetsu. That you should come to me at this juncture is most fortuitous. Would you do me the honor of accepting me on this journey? Yeah, let's go. Thank you, my friend. Unless you wonder, I've not forgotten about Momozigo. I would call on him as well. Upon arriving, let's first go... now we go to the quicksand. All right. All right. Fine. Momozigo isn't here. According to the folk here, he's in the midst of preparing for another spectacle. Though I'm curious to what he has in store, we shouldn't keep Master Musosai waiting. Let's go to his grave first. Place is in the Silver Bazaar, if I remember correctly. Come, let us be on our way. Musosai was an absolute badass. Bonk, bonk. So quiet. Not even music. Just the ambience of the night. There it is. Oh, I guess we have to get to town. Town is much livelier than I recall, and there are folk attired as samurai besides. Curious. But come, Master Musosai awaits. Familiar maiden. Aren't you the samurai who was with Master Musosai? You and him saved me from that vile moneylender. Thanks to you, I can go back to Nurse Da, back to health. When I heard about Master Musosai had passed away, I came to pay my respects. May Thal rest his soul. You may not remember me, but my name is Honfran. We met but briefly when you found me despairing of life under my ruthless father. After that day, I left Isgard behind and took to wandering the realms. Soon after arriving in Ul'dah, I learned that Master Musosai had passed away. But I did not learn his name until later. His words saved me. The least I could do is offer my prayers in turn. Master Musosai is great and all, but I'm rather partial to his pupil. I'd love to meet her one day. Work here is done. One fewer evil afflicts the realm. Alright, you guys are just people that are normally in town. It's fun. I believe you can come back to the sword and hang out whenever you want. We did it, Master Musosai. Viola standing with us, we defeated Ugetsu and put an end to his madness. And your teaching, your legacy, they live on in the Sekisagumi. So please rest easy. 'Tis done. Thank you for accompanying me. Stand for this mummery! Trouble. Let's see what trouble is afoot. If it's need trouble, we can't help. Dressing like a samurai doesn't make you one. You bastards sully Master Musosai's memory. Balls, it's you! Ah! Man knows you and Master Musosai both. I would find out who he is. It's the weeb. Chase the weeb. Oh, no, I don't want to go there. Stop, weeb police. Forgive me. I've learned my lesson. Since you trounced me on the ship, I've mended my ways. You're that false samurai. I'm Ostergreen, a bodyguard to a serial killer who thought he could take you on. But I stopped selling my sword to crooks. I lead an honest life now, selling toad oil. Seems to be the evil in this man has been excised. You've naught to fear from Viola. Please be at ease and tell us the cause of your earlier outburst. You see, after I saw what a true samurai could do, I knew I wanted to become one too. So I sought Master Musosai out, hoping he'd take me on as a pupil. Only to learn that he'd already passed away. Since then, I've been visiting his grave every day in order to get inspiration. Recently, though, someone's been telling the tale of Master Musosai's quest to right wrongs at the quicksand. On account of that, people started dressing up like samurai and flocking to his grave like it's some goddamn spectacle. They're false, the whole lot of them. Falser than ever was. I had the honor of knowing Master Musosai, and the Master Musosai I knew would be glad if his tale inspired others to follow in his footsteps. And though he was a solitary man, he did not spurn the company of others. I don't believe he would mind the crowds. Really? Well, I suppose you'd know better than me. Ah, of course. Might be as Master Musosai is gone, but you were his pupil. I beg you, teach me how to be a true samurai like you. I don't have the time. Viola has much demands on her time and is not positioned to take on pupils. But if you're determined to learn, I invite you to come to Kugane. I can introduce you to schools of swordsmanship. I mean, I could train in the Far East where it all began? I'd love nothing more. It'd be a dream come true. Very well. A long journey is better with company. Let us return to Kugane together. I wonder, this someone who has been telling a tale of Master Musasai's quest, it seems to me it could be only one person. It'd be a shame to have come all this way not to see our friend. Let us try visiting the quicksand again. Ah, they came back. Ah, they say the same thing. Spotted Meadow is already there. I think all these people are normally here anyway. As I suspected, Momozigo is indeed our storyteller, and as luck would have it, he's about to begin another session. I think this is actually a Rakugan storytelling, I think. Like, this is a legit thing historically, and that is still practiced in Japan today. This type of sitting in lotus style and doing a very dramatic storytelling. It's fun. I'd recommend looking it up. Tale began with an unlikely meeting between a young adventurer and an elderly samurai hailing from the Far East. Known as Musosai, the samurai took on challengers upon the blood sands. Many answered his call, but none had an answer to his transcendent swordsmanship. For a time, it seemed that he would go undefeated. And then there came one unassuming adventurer, wielding the katana, a foreign weapon she had theretofore never held. She fought with heart and skill to claim victory. Journeying the realm over, vanquishing evil together, never could the adventurer have imagined that for her final test she must vanquish Musosai himself. Left with no recourse, she drew her katana and faced her friend and master. A grueling battle unfolded, with neither side yielding a single ilm. The adventurer brought her all to bear, but she was matched at every turn by Musosai, who unleashed technique after deadly technique, betraying no signs of the illness that ravaged his body. But at the end of a contest of equals, it was the younger samurai who dealt the blow to emerge the victor. Her master had trained her well. And he lay battered and bloodied on the snow. Musosai demanded that his pupil finish it. Shutting her eyes tight, the adventurer raised her katana. Whoosh, the blade traced a vicious arc. And cleaved empty air. The adventurer had excised the evil in Musosai, as Musosai himself had done for those who could yet be redeemed. So it was that the elderly samurai found peace in his final moment. It is said that his soul now rests atop the cliff by the Silver Bazaar, where he gazes out at the setting sun. And somewhere out there, the young adventurer continues her noble master's legacy, fighting for justice and vanquishing evil wheresoever it should exist. So ends my tale, The Legend of Musosai. Thank you all for your kind attention. Everybody's standing up, so I kind of had to. You know, it's harder to do this with you lot in the audience, but it's good to see you all, even Mr. Fake Samurai. You're doubtless wondering how I fell into my new calling. Well, during my trip to Kugane, I had the chance to hear a storyteller at the Mujikoza. I knew right away this is what I wanted to do, what my gift of the gab was meant for. It was a masterful and heartfelt retelling. I pray that you will continue to share the tale of Master Musasai with all the world. You could depend on it. Though, of course, if I'm going to be a storyteller worth my salt, I need some variety in my repertoire. Viola, you're still out there doing your adventuring, aren't you? Don't you have any new tales to share that can make for a good yarn? Struggle to save the first or the hunt for Andrea? Yeah, for most of the jobs, you will go to your trainer and talk about all the mess that you were up to. But for the case of the samurai, you go to the closest thing. By the 12, your quest to right wrongs took you across the rift into another world. Truth really is stranger than fiction. My thanks, Viola. This will be a splendid addition to my tales. Afraid it's time you sought our ship. Brief though it was, I'm glad for our reunion. I'm going to trade hard in Hingashi, and I'm going to come back a real samurai. Just you watch. Your travels will bring you to Kugane again. Please come and seek me out at the barracks. I think that pretender would have a change of heart and try to become a true samurai. The old man would be pleased. Goes to show Musasai's legacy truly lives on in you, and it takes root even in the hearts of those you've sliced up. So keep fighting the good fight, my friend, and remember to visit me from time to time to share more of your tales. And I got materia out of it too. Beautiful. This is really what I really like the samurai job quests. 50 to 60 is just absolute cinema. Alright, anyway, House of Splendors. Dark Knight 1 is going to make me tear up if I do it on stream, though. Probably won't at this rate. It's fine.
I could spend the entire Dark Knight questline making inappropriate jokes.
It's not going to help. It really won't help.
I can make fart noises every time your character takes a step.
Okay, that'll probably get me to stop crying. Hello. What are you doing out of here?
I had no idea she spawned there.
I know. Or just as a Gridania, what are you doing here? She was close to Gridania, at least. Not completely out of the woods. Might have been too long. Jotaro did mention I would be joining you, did she not? Nod. Thank you. Words cannot well express how I have longed to know more of the first. This world when Philia had sacrificed so much to save. Come rest your feet. Jotaro should be arriving shortly. So when Philia chose to pass on her gifts to the next oracle, this girl who Thancred named Rin. To have such a burden thrust upon her as a child, only to embrace it when given the choice. In that respect, they are quite alike. It would seem her legacy is indeed in capable hands. Viola, might I ask a favor of you when you next return to the First, to tell Rin what I cannot. Tell her thank you. Stoic nod. I would offer thanks to you as well for staying with her to the end. Begging your pardon, we're gonna have a word. Oh, it's real. What's up? Hope you're here to tell me you've received word from our helper. I wish. Nay, I've not heard a peep out of him, and it's good long while too. Too bloody long. On account of which, I'm going to sneak over the border and see if I can't get a signal from closer up. What if they catch you? There must be another way. Well, it is if we can ask Thancred to do it. Besides, I shouldn't have no trouble picking my way through Gimlet now the fighting's died down. Gods know there's enough shadows to hide in. And it beats waiting around here twiddling me thumbs. Any road, I just thought I'd let you know. Now, I'd best be... nearly forgot. Kryle's at the stones and she wants a word. Something to do with the patients. She's getting ready to examine him again when I left. Best head back then. I'm sure it's important. Off we go. Still examining them. Oh, I do hope it's nothing bad. Are we gonna get to see the mysterious back in the cutscene? No.
You're here. Good.
It's a voice.
So, how are they? Still locked in slumber, but otherwise in good physical health. For the present, at least.
For the present? Oh no, is something wrong with them?
I'm afraid there may be. I summoned you after detecting faint signs of instability in Thancred's corporeal ether. But subsequent examination suggested all 5 might be affected. And when I examined them just now, my fears were confirmed. Tellingly, the degree of instability varies between them. Thancred exhibits the most notable signs, followed by Y'shtola and Urianger. The twins' ether, meanwhile, remains relatively stable, but there is a change there too if one knows to look for it.
Hold on. Isn't that the order they were called away in?
Indeed. Which leads me to believe the instability will only increase with time. Though I can but speculate, I fear this may be a symptom of a weakening link between body and soul.
By the gods! What happens if the link is broken?
I cannot say for certain. This is all unknown territory to us. Yet whatever happens, it cannot be good. Mercifully, the instability is still only slight. And you may rest assured Master Matoya and I will do everything in our power to keep it from worsening. Be that as it may, it is imperative that you find a way to restore our friends' souls to their bodies.
No rest for the righteous, eh?
I realize you've only just returned from saving 2 worlds, but time is not on our side.
But where's she even supposed to start? We had the greatest minds in the realm hunting high and low for an answer, and they ran out of places to look.
You stated in your report that the Exarch had originally intended to reverse the summoning process by means of his own death, correct?
I'll get a gun.
Raha always was a reckless young fool, ready to die for the first righteous cause that came along. His plan might well have worked, but I for one am glad he never had the opportunity to see it through. Even if it does mean our friends must remain stranded a while longer. There is another way, I am sure of it. And the key lies with him, with the Exarch. Pray return to the first and apprise him and the others of the situation.
Pray return to the waking Scions.
We, meanwhile, will do what we can from here. And, if the fates are kind, we will have good news to share upon your return.
Slow, stoic nod. Back over. None of that stuff I care about. Into the ocular we go. Everyone else is gone. Oh no, his hood's off. Shut up. Come on. No one's supposed to know who you are. You are returned. I hope your time in the source was suitably restful. Of course it wasn't. Go on. Corporeal ether shows signs of instability. By the gods, the possibility never even occurred to me. If you've returned in hope that my research has yielded a solution, I feel you will be sorely disappointed. 'Tis but a mercy we have the likes of Mistress Kryl and Master Matoya to keep our friend's bodies safe while we wrestle with the problem. But they cannot forestall the separation of body and soul indefinitely. Come, the others must be told. That's 3. Chitter chatter, chitter chatter. Peas and carrots, peas and carrots.
Pray excuse my late arrival.
Will Thancred and Reen not be joining us?
Nay, milady. With apologies to all, they beg leave to pursue their investigation of the empty to its conclusion. Should matters here demand their presence, however, they did assure me that they would make themselves available.
Yes, of course. Then let us proceed. I think it best that you begin by providing a summary of Mistress Kryl's findings.
Yeah, ask the meathead to talk about Mistress Kryl's findings.
I suppose it was only to be expected that some change would occur.
Yet our souls seem unaffected, to my eye at least. How long they will remain so is another question. Kryl is right. It is imperative we find a way to return to the source.
Perhaps an explanation of the method by which I brought you here will yield some inspiration. Ere I begin, it must be noted that I am by no means a gifted mage. In order to employ powerful magics, I must rely upon the Crystal Tower and its boundless reservoirs of energy. The magic that summoned you was no exception. 'Tis a singular spell, adapted through painstaking effort from the technique that transported me to the first. To use an analogy, it works by cutting a hole in the fabric of reality. A hole tailored to the object of summoning, through which it and it alone may pass unscathed. Though I succeeded in creating said hole, I failed to latch onto my intended target. Instead of you, the spell found those close to you, and ended up summoning them in their incomplete state. I would not soon throw my life away, not after the lengths you and yours went to save it. And so long as I breathe, I will spare no effort to see you safely home. But should all else fail, and your lives be at stake, there remains one sure method.
The flick!
What was that for?
How can you even entertain such thoughts? You owe your life to the Warrior of Light, and you don't get to die unless she says so.
Your followers await your divine judgment.
What did you just...
If the two of you have finished, perhaps we could return to our discussion? Rather than dwelling upon the multiple failed attempts at transference, I think it would behoove us to focus on the solitary success.
I enjoy how they're just...
I would draw your attention to the fact that our friend can travel between worlds possessed not only of her body and soul, but her personal effects besides.
I enjoy that at this point, Ishtola's theme is Matoya's theme.
This is no
They know.
different from the teleportation
They know what they're doing.
magics to which we are all accustomed. Magics that allow for the transportation of those inanimate objects one considers to be an extension of oneself.
Are you suggesting that simply by considering us her possessions, she could carry our souls back to the source upon her person?
Well, it would be nice if things were that simple for a change, but vague notions of ownership seem a rather tenuous thing to stake our lives on. So much as a moment of doubt on her part, and we'd be left floating in the rift.
Milady hath the right of it. The requisite fixity of belief would be too much to ask even of our friend. Yet were we to immure our souls within an object in her possession, mayhap then our safe passage could be assured. White Auracite would, I believe, serve as a suitable vessel for this purpose. It was conceived to imprison the massy soul of an Ascian, and should house one of ours with relative ease. We would need only to ensure our soul's safe preservation inside the stone, and identify a means by which they might be transferred back unto our vacant bodies.
Soul preservation and transference. I believe I know of someone who may be able to assist us. On the far shore of the source, there stands a great palace built by the elves. It was forsaken in the wake of the flood, but a certain Numo chose to make their home there soon after. Though they have long lived as a recluse, they once occupied a place of honor in Verbert's royal court, and it is said that none in all of Norvrand is more knowledgeable than they on matters of the soul.
Well, I've no objection to seeking a helping hand, but if they've gone to such lengths to hide themselves away from the world, what makes you think they'd be willing to lend us one?
A worthy question. Years ago, I myself tried and failed to solicit their cooperation in the battle against the Sin Eaters. No sooner had I begun to make my plea than they unleashed a swarm of their familiars upon me. Unlike me, however, you have curried favor with the Fae folk. By that merit alone, I am hopeful that they would grant you an audience. They may still be inclined to turn you away, of course, but if their knowledge might feasibly facilitate your return home, we have to try.
Let's go find it. Ooh, money. Alright, what do we got? 'Tis said the kingdom of Obert was once home to the realm's greatest knights and magics both. Command a place at the royal court, the Numu whom we seek must needs, but a mage among mages. A mage's surpassing skill living a life of seclusion. Now, where have I heard that before? One can only hope they are more receptive to unsolicited visitations. The Numu seems such a welcoming folk in Olmeg. What do you suppose could have driven this one to a life of seclusion? Sick and tired of the Exarch's attempts at selfless sacrifice. If he suggests dying one more time, I swear I'm going to grant him his wish. Oh, Alisei. Grand Cosmos, that is, the palace that we seek, stands on the opposite shore of the source. I'll arrange for a boat to carry us there. Whilst thou journeyest thither, I think it best that I devote mine energies to the creation of the White Aura site. By thy leave, of course. The process requireth no small amount of time, and should the Numu consent to lend us their aid, we will have need of a suitable vessel ere long. Agree. Then I would ask the rest of you to meet me in Sullen, and do be prepared for a warm reception. Joke on the name of the town. I accept it. Yep. Technically, Fort Job is close. Ish, close-ish. All right. Entire dungeons could be muscle memory. The warg set that comes out of Grand Cosmos will likely come as little surprise to those who know me. I think is really, really cool, and so well, spent a considerable amount of time trying to get the pieces. I think the scouting pants in particular proved quite elusive. I don't have everything out of there. But I have enough. I have enough to stop running the damn place. Also, that's one of the hats that Hrothgars can now wear. For a while, that was in my pile of spite hats. Totally rad wolf helm. Can't wear it, sorry. We don't know what hats are for some reason. Fixed it. Exarch said to prepare for warm reception at the palace. Let's hope it's more cordial than his last visit. I was relieved to hear the Exarch intended to arrange for a boat to carry us across the lake. Not that I would be opposed to swimming, mind you. He said the palace is on the opposite shore, but I see nothing on the horizon save empty sky. Curious. As I told you before, I had scarcely set foot on the palace grounds when I was set upon by our host's familiars, and I expect our reception today to be no different, which is why I propose we march through the main gate, weapons drawn. I'm sorry, but we're not here to petition for assistance. You can't honestly think barging in looking for a fight is going to persuade them. Actually, I believe the Exarch may have the right of it. They have no doubt poured a great deal of time and energy into their creations. Were I them, I would be most interested to meet with those who could overcome my defenses. As would any true seeker of knowledge, and there is little we can say or do to convince them to help us if we know nothing of their character, nor less why they chose to hide themselves from the world. If we can seize their interest, mayhap we can earn ourselves an audience. Fight some things. You caught the warrior light right there. Weapons drawn it is then. I must say, Exarch, you certainly seem to be enjoying all this. Are you enjoying yourself, Exarch? Do I? Well, I will not deny I enjoy the thought of fighting alongside you all rather than pacing about inside the Crystal Tower. You both seem to be in rather high spirits, if you ask me. Not that I'm surprised. Your moods invariably improve when Viola is around. What exactly are you implying? I like Auntie Viola. She averted calamity, and the light which seemed destined to consume her has been extinguished. It's only natural that we be pleased to see her. Yes, well, you'll have plenty of time to celebrate her good health after we're finished here. Let us proceed to the palace. Grand Cosmos. Come on, come on. Alright, what do you got? I think we've done enough talking, don't you? We have a Numu to impress. How long has it been since we last went on such an expedition? I cannot help but be reminded of the ruins of Scala. I think of the ruins of Scala every day, Alf, you know. I can't but imagine what manner of beasts keep guard here. No doubt they will afford a scant opportunity to explore the palace. A pity. It is good to be here with you for a change. Whatever you would have me do, you need but say the word. He's an all-rounder.
Victory will be ours.
We always bring a Stola if we can. Unless there's a good lore reason to bring someone else. Like I brought
I think there's a goofy exchange between Alpha Node and Alizé during this quest. I think.
I'll believe you. Would it be enough to bring Alizé?
Not up to you. I don't know if it is. I don't know if it's that goofy.
We found it. Or 70. If you value your lives, you will quit this place. Stabbing things. Be a lot of this. Fancy Blizzard 4. Stola casting water spells because she can. Can't be mad. Gain on 3. And now we're down to 2, so it's single target. Swish and flick, my lovey. Swish and flick. I love the brooms in this place. So many airways. Hang in there, Crystal Exarch. Got this, we're fine. Oh, no, I don't need that. Here, have this. Holding on to my cooldowns. Get it. Everyone here? They don't yet seem inclined to talk. Probably gonna get 3 brooms. Crystal Exarch's like, I don't have to stand in that, right? Technically no. Shoes of scouting. They're high heels. I was gonna make fun of it, and then I realized that like ninjas are just basically always running on their toes anyway, so like you don't need a heal. Oh no, it's the porxies! Got him. Why do I care about treasure chests? Force a habit! Can't stop myself. Okay, get him, hit him with it, hit him with it, hit him with it. Yeah, there we go. Are you gonna blow up too, mate? Yep, here you go. This boat can get particularly hairy if this is real Hummins. They've run this over and then all the porxies just beat the crap out of the tank. Get him, get him, get him! No, my flesh! No, my flesh, crystal exotic, please! There we go. Being dramatic for fun. I don't know why, but Graha in particular can be a little bit slow.
Flame Dragon.
Yes.
Just want to double check something. You may want to not kill the next boss.
Okay.
Your stream is dead for Snooty, and then Katsu refreshed, and now his is dead, and I refreshed, and then mine's is dead.
Weird, because I'm not seeing any has people been talking? Hang on a minute.
No, no, the last one was We Police. That was the last one that said.
Okay.
So nobody's been speaking. It's been in the EOTS Discord.
Weird.
Been discussing it.
Weird.
So this is interesting. Maybe you just don't stream me to be on Discord. Maybe there's a weird.
All right, we'll try.
Happening.
We'll try knocking it off. I adjusted I adjusted the bit rate. Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. Thanks for letting me know. No, this. Let me try this. Stream is alive.
Yeah, if you refresh, it might die, is the thing. If it's currently alive for you, then it means you've been watching it. Because it was alive for me until I saw people mentioning it. Then I refreshed, and then it died.
Yeah. Alright, I've bumped the bitrate down a little bit, though that may not be what the cause is.
Also, actually, now that it's been mentioned, because Snooty is adding the fuck out of me, apparently it's also other live streams having the issue, so maybe it's not... Maybe it's YouTube that's shit the bed.
Fascinating.
Which is fantastic, because then there's nothing we can do about it.
Yeah, well, stream health is excellent. 0 drop frames from OBS. Output type, output, no. Tools. No. Lock preview, no. Help. Alright, So, YouTube is telling me all's well, don't worry about it. I don't believe them. I'm gonna try.
Hold on. I'm gonna try something.
All right, try it.
I'm gambling everything here. Okay. Nope, it's not that. All right. I turned off my ad blocker to see if that was a thing, but it's not doing it. So yeah. It's just stuck spinning, and it does seem to be its YouTube end. It's fucking up.
Alright.
Yeah, it seems like if you've had the stream up, it doesn't have a problem, but now if you're trying to get into it, it has a problem.
Interesting. Annoying. I think the video is
It
still
is annoying.
there.
All the videos still there.
Yeah, I'm parsing through the little preview. I'm scrubbing through it, and it looks like the past 20 minutes are still there. At least in the buffer. Hey, we got a
hold
30.
on, hold on.
Hang on.
It says we're here now. Okay, we're good.
Yes, do not refresh. Okay.
Well, I've hit the refresh button just to make sure.
You do on a
Okay,
different.
it's fine if you hit it's fine if you hit refresh now, but
It's had a
something.
had a seizure. Interesting.
Yeah, maybe in a YouTube wide, just big fart that it had.
Big old fart. Very well. Well, thank you everybody for letting me know that there are potential issues that resolve themselves, which is the best case scenario. Do nothing, problem solved. Okay. Alright, well, without further stream ado, do not turn it off and turn it back on again. Oh, how am I gonna do this? Hang on. Oh, crap. How am I gonna... Oh, no. Oh, I can just click it. Click it. Oh, this is not difficult. Okay. There was one time I was running this. I was ranged and Estola ran right at me. And ever since then, I always, before anything happens, I'm like, okay, Estola, where are you going? I need to have a talk with Tatsu about awkward moments when your Mechio C-Suite comes off cooldown.
I'm glad you continue to specify because there's a million things you pulled up from that one.
Because sometimes Mechio C-Suite comes off a cooldown when you've got your 2 stickers and all you got left is to hit Yuki Kaze for your Ka. And in the back of my mind, oh, my mouse is up there, sorry. In the back of my mind, I'm like, you're just saving yourself 1 GCD instead of what would be larger GCD saves if you sort of waited on it. And so long as you're not, so long as you have 2 charges of it. I know if you're sub 70, you just want to hit that button whenever it's up. I don't know what the math is like. Like, do you just hit it whenever it's up, and even if it's just to get Ka. I mean, theoretically, you're not. It's not like a different. I don't know. I'd talk to him about it. He'll know. He'll know. Still can't walk on this table. All I want in life is to walk on this table. Sons of bitches. Denying me. Alright, let's run Thornton's Reign real quick. Come here. Nearly. Supreme Majesty. Karazhan. I can't help but feel this is a nod. Note to self. In the second phase, do not light crap on fire. Early. I love the blue mate spell that comes off of this guy. It's just a permanent dot. Set it and forget it. Mapping the realm. Look at that plus sofa. I believe you now have not only their curiosity but their attention as well. Interesting. It's got to be an accident. All right, pay attention left and right, you dumbass. Scorching right, like that. Wait, what? Whoa, leg. Have it, Sofa. My number 4. There I am. Back here. None over here? Yeah, come here. Come here, you train.
I will not hold back.
Look at that placement. Absolutely god tier. Scorching right, thank you. Over here should be fine. Taking this one. Y'all figure it out. When I first did this, I was like, uh-oh, is that a soften rage? No. Oh, scorching rest is making it up. Fine. Just gonna hold on to it. Yeah, man, get him. What? No. What was that? Scorching left again. Show off finish, very nice. Very nice, we love seeing that around here. Oh, we're happy. / joy. What do you got? A choice with our plea. Perhaps now we're going to afford ourselves an audience. That is over to be done with. Best leave the negotiations to Alfino and the Exarch. Treasure. Treasure. Cosmos partition, yeah! Let's get a wall for our house.
That was my fiercest familiar. Oh, impressive.
It's on. So I need to take care of something very quickly. I will be right back.
Backlogue, 'tis good to see you again after all these years.
Alrighty. Thank you for waiting.
And judging by your vigorous greeting, I dare say the feeling is mutual. To be sure, a simple shake of the hand would have sufficed by way of welcome, but I shan't complain. But you must be wondering as to the purpose of our visit. We come to beg your assistance in a most urgent matter.
Shake? Beg?
Our comrades' very souls are in danger. If we are to save them, we will need the benefit of your unsurpassed knowledge on the matter. Please, will you not sit and hear our plea?
Oh, how dare you! How dare you speak thus in my presence! It was to escape such words of temptation that I hid myself from the world of men. You are sinners, one and all, and I swore never again to have any part in your affairs.
I can only imagine what terrible events forced you into a life of seclusion. But I know that the Numo are a good and noble folk. It is not in your nature to turn a blind eye to the plight of those around you. And in treating with us, I am certain whatever mistrust you feel for man will begin to heal.
Political pun.
If you will not be satisfied, I suppose I could listen. After all, there's no harm in just... No, I mustn't. Not again. That damn court mage seemed to have the best of intentions too, and countless innocents died for my naivety. Oh, you know not what you ask of me, what horrors my knowledge has wrought.
Refuse all you want. We won't lie down and accept defeat.
Of all the visitors I could possibly have, they're even more
Lie down.
stubborn than I am.
Or if Light knows the game. No!
Oh. No.
They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing.
Oh. Very well. I will hear your petition, but that is all. And I expect fitting payment for my troubles.
Commensurate with your contribution to our cause. No more and no less, I promise you. With that settled, might I impose upon you to join us at the Crystarium? I'm afraid the nature of my friend's predicament calls for absolute secrecy.
Yep. Off she comes. Pull the umbrella out for 5 seconds and back out it goes. There you are. The others have gone ahead to the Crystal Tower with Beklug. For the record, at Trulius, we hadn't had to resort using such words when treating with them. I have never sought to convince, not compel. Yet I cannot deny a part of me is glad Urianze shared his knowledge of the Numu with us. Had he not, Beklug would not be here. Speaking of whom, we should hurry. Keep our guests waiting would only add insult to injury. Add injury to injury. Yay, Grand Cosmos. Avatars. Mustn't dally here any longer. If Beklug is to hear the truth of our travails in the first, you of all people should be present. Oh, yes. That one. In we go. More cutscene. Lots of cutscene now. Chitter chatter, chitter chatter. Probably all the gameplay we're gonna get for today. It's fine.
I'm sorry. You mean to tell me not only that the return of night was your doing, But that you hail from another world as well?
Oh, we told her everything. Them? Them.
Everything we told you. Of the source, the shards, the 7 umbral calamities. All of it is true. I realize how fantastical it sounds, and I would not blame you for doubting our testimony. But given your expertise, you must surely have noted the peculiar nature of their souls.
Any other time and I would have dismissed your stories as balderdash and flummery. But upon closer inspection, 'tis plain their souls are far denser than is normal, and that they do not possess true bodies. Save you. Your body is your own, and your soul is the densest of them all.
All that ether, baby. Viola thinks he called her fat.
As I said before, were it not for their heroism, the skies over Norvrant would still be awash with light, the realm yet at the mercy of Vorthri and the Sin Eaters. After all they have done for our home, seeing them safely back to their own, it seems the very least we can do.
Your tale is intriguing. Yes, very intriguing indeed. Simply to hear it is fitting payment in itself. As for your friends, I can but agree. Their valorous deeds on behalf of Norvrant are deserving of recognition, of their own fitting payment.
You will help us then?
I will. I would see my knowledge put to good use for a change. I do have one condition, however. I am not the spry young Numo I once was. As such, I will require assistance in my fieldwork and testing.
It would be our pleasure. We'll be laboring for our own benefit after all.
We've convinced them. What do you got? Did you happen to notice the magic broom strewn about the grand cosmos? Uncanny. Beck-Lug has a fine eye, though we have yet to begin. I rather think the Exarch was right to call on them. Sometimes forget we're not truly here in the first. It'll be good to be whole again. Fortunately for us, Beck-Lug is a mind to see you and your fellow Scions justly compensated for your efforts. Your just desserts. Your eternal reward. Stab. Spun quite a tale, but tell me, have you given any thought as to how you might return to your world? White Orosite, you say? An intriguing proposition. But one which fails to account for the present state of your souls. They become highly charged, likely as a consequence of having maintained tangible forms for so long. In such an energetic, unstable state, there's no telling what may happen to the souls within the Orosite. They can very well become immutable to transference, never to be restored to their bodies. And would it be possible to force our souls into a state of dormancy prior to transference? In theory, yes, but the soul is not a candle to be snuffed out and relit on a whim. Well, that sounds ominous. What exactly would rendering our souls dormant entail? In order to maintain a corporeal form, your souls constantly draw ether from your surroundings. This process must be halted and the resulting surfeit of ether removed. Your mind should ultimately be separated from these foul bodies of yours, rendering you incapable of interacting with the world around you. A cruel fate under normal circumstances, but one which will be rectified upon your return home. Leaving lifeless hucks, like those poor souls at the end of Journey's Head, corrupted by the Sin Eaters, their ether made stagnant by the light. Corrupted? Stagnant? Might I see these unfortunate individuals? Why? Do you think you may be able to help them? I might, or I might not, but I shan't know for sure until I've seen their condition firsthand. I would be glad to take you to them on the understanding you won't do anything which might increase their suffering. With my faith in man I lost, not my compassion. I see no need for us all to accompany you. While you escort our guests to the inn, I will assist Urianze in creating the requisite aura site. I believe my talents would be better applied to the endeavor as well. Might I leave the three of you to assist Becklug as necessary? Let's make for Amarang then. Let's get hit with that zone music at least one more time. Actually, we'll be back here. What do you got for me? Hit me with it. Urianze is more than capable of creating an aura site in his own, but if aught should go awry, I will be on hand to assist him. Pains me that there are those yet suffer despite our victory over the light. We must hope a way could be found to help both them and our friends. That one. It's Halric. Hang in there, buddy. This is Halric, is it? Yes. Etheric balance leans perilously towards the light. Towards stasis. What do you suppose will happen to him? Not too bright, are you, boy? The same as all poor souls corrupted by the light, he'll become a sin eater. You don't know that. We've defeated the wardens and banished the light from the night sky. Halric was completely unresponsive before, but now... Perhaps there is yet hope. If I may, there is a treatment which I wish to administer to the patients. Sort of treatment. In the course of my studies of the soul, I once created a tonic which could temporarily stimulate the ether in one's body. After some refinement, it came to use by the Knights of Verbert. Then, for far darker purposes. Unless I fall into the wrong hands, I swore never again to make it, but for their sakes, I will break that oath. It's not like to reverse the stagnation, mind you, but I should offer some measure of relief. There you go, Poinil. This potent tonic invented by Becklug during the time of Verbert is said to revitalize his soul both figuratively and literally. What is this warmth I feel at my chest? It's Totten. There's blanking at you. It would seem the tonic has had no effect. Just dumped it on his head. Boing. Feel warm and my legs, they don't feel as heavy. 2 out of 3. Now then, have you noted any change in the patients? Notable rise in body temperature and increased motor function. In most of the patients, at least. The more severely afflicted show no response. As I feared then. 'Tis true that with the restoration of night, the corrupting influence of light will no longer grow, and yes, their bodies will naturally return to equilibrium given time. This holds true only for their corporeal ether. Their incorporeal ether, that of the soul, is not so easily mended. Which is why those in the later stages of corruptions, like Halric, appear unaffected by your tonic. Boy's soul is too far gone, his mind held together by the finest of threads. There's a chance he may one day recover, of course, but it would take years, decades even. Gods, he could wake to find himself an old man. Fine reward for his persistence, the opportunity to mourn the life he never had a chance to live. No, there must be something we can do. Look, I realize it's not why we petitioned your aid, but do you think it would be possible we could find a way to hasten their recovery? Maybe. Nor do I think it impossible that in treating them, we might learn something of relevance to your own predicament. That's all connected. No, not real roast beef. Night World silver piece. Perfect. Oh, it's the fire. I was like, what's the weird random tapping sound? Alright, Elsa, you got... Oh. Let's get into some deep lore. Suspect the Crystal Exarch has told you of my past, that I was once a mage of the Royal Court of Verbert, and that my soulcraft was my field of study. The tonic you administer to the patients here is one of the fruits of my labors. I hoped to do great things for the kingdom, but in the end, my knowledge brought only suffering, a plague the like of which none had ever seen. In the hands of the unscrupulous men, what should have been my greatest triumph instead became my greatest shame. Now you have a chance to redeem yourself. Ooh, pointing on that one. That I do, a comforting thought indeed. Let us return to the task at hand, finding a means by which we might revitalize these people's incorporeal ether. You think it can be done? Were the sky still ablaze with primordial light, I would call it an exercise in futility, but now we may have a chance. The method I have in mind will entail the conjuring of a familiar. They are able to amplify the energies poured into them, making them the perfect conduit for the ether, revitalizing magics we will ultimately employ. You're about to launch into a lengthy explanation of the metaphysics of your plan. Don't bother. I'd rather get on with doing whatever it needs to be done if it's all the same to you. Whatever reagents must be procured or spells invoked, I'll do it. I admire your spirit. Very well, your first task will be to gather the necessary materials. The purest of waters and the finest of clays, as well as a fey lantern brimming with pixie magic. You're convinced the resulting familiar could help the patients? Fine. Alfina, the water and the clay will be simple enough, but I think you know what we're going to have to do to get the lantern. You don't mean. Pixies took quite a liking to us before. If we humor them with our company, I'm sure they'll be willing to help us. Fine. We'll pay a visit to Ilmeg, though I never thought you would be the one to suggest going back there. I'm impressed you've been there at all, let alone befriended the Fey folk. Oh, while we're about it, seek out the Numu of Pla Eni. They'll be able to supply you with water suitable for our needs. Let's get this over with. Still remains a matter of the clay. Might I prevail upon you to find it? Sure, clay. Let's get clay. Clay from Amarang would likely be best. Know you of anyone who might be able to assist us? Let's go to Twine. For no other reason. You'll be able to point in the right direction, I'm sure. While you and the twins are occupied, I'll see there is aught else I can learn of the stagnation which affects the people here. No doubt the miners are trying yeah. I get to talk to him again. I'm ignoring both of you. Only here for Magnus. Okay, fine, we can talk to them
Dragon,
too.
Do you like Magnus?
My greatest act of self-restraint was not going full gremlin on this stream. Come at a good time. We've just at this moment finished repairing the Talos and trolley you lot took to Nabatha Rang. The trolley was no trouble, but the Talos would have been another matter had we not had a visit from Master Chai. He offered us a share of the leftover building materials from Daedalus Stoneworks as well as a few trade secrets to help us along. Clever man, that Chai-Nuzz. He seems pretty keen on the ideas I had for putting the giant Talos to work. Like a giant trolley. Magnus still refused to see all the good we could do with it. "100%, Snooty. 100%. You're entitled to your dreams, Jarek, but that doesn't mean you can go harassing our guests with them. Master Chai was just being polite. Something tells me Viola here didn't come all this way to talk about trolleys. What is it you need, friend? He called me friend. You guys have dirt? Look no further. If anyone can find some quality clay, it's us. Saying that isn't necessarily exactly a commodity nowadays, but there must be some lurking somewhere or other, waiting to be dug up. Do you know if you select the Mord, do you go and do this quest with them? I have no idea. I've never not picked Twine. The two times I've done this. Maybe if I ever level that Lalafell, I'll go against every instinct I have and I'll go see. Like, I don't know if it's you actually do the quests with the scavengers kind of a deal, or if the Numu goes to you and be like, nah, just go talk to the miners. They know about dirt. Also, yes, that's what happens when you feed me after midnight exposed in the water. Anyway, place swarm with coyotes now, but if you're after the good stuff, you can do worse and look there. There will be no coyotes getting my way. Anyway. Okay. Only the pristine clay will do. Are you on the other side of this? Get out of here. Get out of here, far... I can't say your name. Come on, come on. Oh, that's right. They mentioned that there would be these guys. Oh, they're 80. They don't die immediately. Fixed. The coyote. We're just going right to pick lug. Okay. Flying so you can get that Amarang ambience. Alright. No detailed quest dialogue, just the one sentence. Go to Backlog. Okay. Oh! It's a gigantic tender! No. Malik tender. If I touch that, it will kill me. Alright, let's hear it. Pixies were constantly confusing me with Alice. I jest. In jest, I assume. I mean, it's not as if we look that much alike. Oh, blue Alice. That better be the only thing we need from the Pixies if I have to endure one more prank, so help me gods. Twins have returned in one piece at that. I was convinced the Pixies would turn at least one of them into a garden ornament, but no. Get the clay, I take. Finely grained soil material found in Amarang. Wonderful. We need to combine the clay and the water, then heat the mixture with the Fey Lantern. After that, it will be a simple matter of settling upon a suitable form and performing the necessary incantation. Beck, look, I have a question. In the event that we had need of this spell and you weren't around, would it be possible for another to perform the incantation? Assuming they possess the requisite skill, yes. Halric and the others have suffered so much, and I swore to do everything in my power to save them. If there's a chance a spell could do that, I would be the one to invoke it. Mayhap you should be the one to do so. A deep understanding of the subject's physical state, combined with a strong desire to help them, can drastically increase the magic's effect. And you are plainly more familiar with these people than I. I dare say there are few in all of Norvrant more dedicated to finding a cure. Is that not so, Viola? Very few, but if I go awry, I'll see what I can do. Jerk response. Is that a challenge? We all have mine on the matter. Alice shall be the one to conjure the familiar.
Let us begin. I trust you've prepared the clay?
It's dirt.
Very good. Now, I would have you sculpt for me a porxie. Plump, with floppy ears and a short curly tail.
A porxie. I think I know what you mean.
We fought them in Grand Cosmos.
There we are. How's that?
Beautiful.
Well, it is certainly creative. There's no denying that.
Viola's like, you gonna die?
Yes, yes, I'm no artist. Very funny.
Pay him no mind, child. Though it may look like a grotesque parody of reality, it is what the invoker believes that matters.
You're not helping.
But I speak the truth. If successful, this incantation will turn imagination into reality. Which is why the only thing of import is what you believe this figure embodies. You must focus. Hold the porxie's image steady in your mind's eye. Now then, as I taught you, relax and allow your energies to flow.
With flesh of clay I bid thee rise, on wings of dreams to touch the skies. What once was idle fantasy, I call forth to reality.
Not bad for a first attempt. Now, let us see what can be done for young Halric. Through the operation of the magics you invoked to animate this familiar, it is now replete with the energies required to stir the boy's soul. You need but give it a name, and it will do as your heart desires.
A name. All right, I've decided. Now. Go, Angelo!
Mother, I...
Almost. 12. Though it was only for a moment he spoke. There may yet be hope for these people. Girl's resolve is quite impressive. One might almost think she drew strength from another. How is he, Becklug? Did it work? Believe it did. You and your fledgling familiar have done well. My eyes do not deceive. A hint of color has returned to his soul. God, I would jump for joy if I wasn't so exhausted. So close now, Halric. As you are even now in the process of discovering, this magic asks much of the invoker. What you may not have realized is that the same is also true of the subject. As such, we must proceed with caution. However, with further treatment, I have utmost confidence the boy will make a full recovery. Observing the reanimation of his stagnant soul has been most enlightening. I will need time to put my theories to the proof, but I believe I can fashion a spell to produce the opposite effect, that is, to induce stagnation, thus enabling our safe transport back to the source via Aurosite. Thought occurred to me about this treatment. Becklug said when a soul is rendered dormant, the mind is separated from the body, that a person becomes incapable of interacting with the world around them. Does that not sound a lot like some of the tempered back in the source? Not really. It is the fate of most tempered to become slaves to primals, save in a handful of cases. Or am I missing something? If I can master this technique, the art of revitalizing the soul, I know of at least one in the source who can desperately use such treatment. Gabu. Exactly. His condition is uncannily similar to Halric's, is it not? The only difference being that his soul was suffused with earth-aspected ether instead of light. It follows that if his soul is subject to a similar kind of stagnation, there may be a chance we can save him, right? Give me... Who is this Gabu fellow of whom you speak? We gotta get him caught up on Titan. See, his condition does sound similar, yet there is much and more about the soul that remains unknown even to me. I say this not to discourage you, understand, but to remind you that this delicate work we do here, work requiring patience. Of course, and as long as there is hope for the patients here, I will devote whatever time is needed to see this through. I refuse to spend that time in idleness. If it's all the same to you, I'd like to stay here with Angelo and continue with their treatment. The two of you should return to the Crystarium with Becklug and see if you can't make some headway with the newly posited theories. I would tell you to rest first, but I see you're not to be convinced. Ah, the fire of youth. Oh, they found me. What's Kaisher? Trouble back in Yulmore. Lady Chai's beside herself, sighing, pacing the whole lot. Near enough begged me to go and find you. Sighing and pacing, you say? It must be urgent. Take it I'll be returning to Crystarium alone. Go on, then. It's not as if I have anything for you to do. Thank you. Sorry for bothering you and all that, but she says the future of Yulmore is at stake. Who's gonna be in charge of Yulmore now? Future of Yulmore at stake, is it? Well, do for them what you can, but keep an eye on Alfino, will you? See that he doesn't involve himself more than is necessary. A double quest line. Lady Chai's up in the parlor. Yeah, sure. Yeah, you all walk. All right, time to get hit by that crescendo. Wait for it. It never gets old. The folks over at the Crystarium that told me you'd be down at Journey's Head, and lucky for me, you still were. Running around after people's tiring work. Not here seems out of the ordinary, though I do not see Lady Chai anywhere. Probably pacing around outside again, staring off into the distance and all that, sighing. See if we can find her and discover the source of her distress. Somewhere over here, I reckon. Oh, you got a 3 million gil mount? Oh, 25. God, I forgot it was that much. Whew. Rich, but not that rich.
Oh, thank heavens you're here.
Lady Chai, whatever is the matter?
I knew not where else to turn. Oh, this is all too much for my poor heart to bear alone.
Alone? What of Master Chai?
That is the very reason I summoned you. He's gone.
What? What happened?
Sad music again.
It all began after the events at Mount Gulg. With Lord Vorthry out of the way, we all agreed that a new leader must be chosen.
And so you held an election?
Yes, well, sort of. Not a single person volunteered to stand, you see. After a lifetime of leisure, we free citizens have grown somewhat indolent. Readapting to the harsh realities of life is trying enough, but to take charge of a broken city as well? No one wanted such responsibility. Nevertheless, Yulmore could not well do without a leader, and so we decided that anyone and everyone should be considered a candidate. And after we cast our ballots and tallied the votes, the mayorship fell upon my dear husband.
Well, given the manner in which he orchestrated the construction of the giant Talos, none could deny his leadership qualities.
But even before then, he had proven himself at Daedalus Stoneworks, don't forget. He is more than qualified for the role. The perfect choice. Indeed. I told him as much when his victory was first announced. But perhaps I was too forceful in my attempt to encourage him. For shortly after that, he vanished without a word.
An airship. Your mayor, have an airship. Ah, maybe it would have stuck around.
You believe he was so daunted by the burden of leadership that he felt compelled to flee? Please, Lady Chai, dry your eyes. Your husband does not strike me as the sort of man who would abandon his duty, much less his beloved wife. There has to be some other reason for his absence.
You truly think so? What about you? What do you think has become of my husband?
Asshole response for doing it. He's out of here.
Nay, my friend. The one thing he has not done is flee. Of that I am convinced. Through the
What a
most
camera
trusting of
angle!
times, he has ever remained at Lady Chai's side, placing her happiness before his own. He would not abandon her now.
Scenes like this make me consider whether or not I should just hide my sword. But then scenes like this make me feel like I should never hide my sword. I don't know.
It's perfect because it's fucking Alphino trying to...
I know!
It's just, it could not have been timed any better.
I did a stupid sassy response and Alfino's trying to grown up me and I'm just like, I can't see you behind the sword. Yeah, best sword. Oh my goodness. Sure. We're keeping the sword.
Wherever he may have gone, rest assured we will find him.
Thank you, my dear boy. You have set my mind at ease. I will trust in my husband and await his return.
You know, Yulmar's nothing like I thought it would be. Somehow I can't picture going anywhere else. The Chais are a part of it, I suppose. They've been good to me. I wish only there was something more I could do to help them. Time, boy. Makes no sense for Master Chai to have left without a word, but even if he had, he'd not have done so unobserved. Someone will have seen something, I'm sure of it. We should split up and inquire as to where anyone saw him leave for. Failing that, if they have any idea where he might have gone, I'll meet you at the Glory Gate to compare notes later on. Alright, everybody, let's talk to 3 people. Oh, it's Moen. Hello. Master Chai, why yes, I spoke with him recently, that I recall he was in a rather dour mood, concerned about Yulmar's neglect of industry, you see. Lord Vothri's apparently inexhaustible stores of meal, and no great need for money. It's little wonder our businesses were all but forgotten under his rule. I assured Master Chai that the Boutique of Splendors will do all it can to contribute to the revival of trade here in Yulmar, which seemed to satisfy him. He took his leave soon after. Are you gonna make me go down the stairs? How dare. Oh, it's all the way at the bottom. I thought it was gonna be. It's fine. Yeah, they're all outside. Okay. Ah. Society quest. I recall a man fit in that description. Asked me to speak with the poor buggers lately come from Right. Said he wanted to know the state of things down in the derelicts. You can be sure we gave him an earful. Lack of food, medicine, clothing, there's plenty to tell. We hunt high and low for whatever we can scavenge is barely enough to fill our bellies. But folk here don't want to survive, they want to thrive. When he heard that, he started mumbling to himself, something about finding his work. Fair play to him, though. Not content with having his ear chewed out about the derelicts, he asked about the other settlements and all. After that, I can't really say. It looks like he was heading for Gate Town when I saw him. Oh, go down in the loop. Hey, how's it going? It's Cornan. Looking for Master Chai. He was something amiss. When I last saw him, he seemed ready to collapse from exhaustion. I insisted that he rest and catch his breath, and we talked for a while about his concerns over the city's defenses, among other things. He made more than a few valid points. Many of our men are still recovering from after your confrontation with Lord Vauthry, and finding General Ranjit in a heap in the middle of the plaza shook his soul to the core. Whoops. The man commanded no small amount of loyalty, and some of our longest-serving soldiers seemed lost without him. Indeed, a number of them left. Not that we blame you, of course. That you and yours would still be blind to the error of our ways. Anyway, funding permitting, I propose replenishing our ranks with volunteers from the derelicts in Gate Town. We have a duty to protect not only Ulmore, you see, but the surrounding regions of Calusia as well, and I, for one, would welcome any man or woman willing to take up arms for that cause. Indeed, I told him as much, and he seemed relieved to hear it. It was on that note that we parted ways. He headed outside, as I recall. Off to work. How'd you fare? Have you learned anything which might offer a clue as to Master Chai's whereabouts? Hastily written note which reads, Boutique of Splendors willing to work with Master Chai to rebuild business. Hastily written note which reads, Ulmo's army willing to hire recruits from the derelicts in Gate Town. Hastily written note says, Calusian seeking work, Chai-Nuzz offering employment. Apparently paid a visit to Queen Bee as well. He discussed the possibility of granting admission to customers from outside Ulmore, an idea to which the proprietor was surprisingly receptive. Sounds like he's got big plans for the place. Ulmore, I mean, not the bee. Perhaps. The question remains, where did he go after leaving the city? All we know for certain is that Master Chai has shown a great concern not only for Ulmore, but its surrounding settlements. It seems logical, then, having consulted with those within city walls, he would wish to do the same with those without. Viola, if you go and make inquiries and right, I shall do likewise in Stilltide. Gate Town I leave to you. Where should we meet when we're finished? Top Rung would seem to be the next most likely destination. Let us reconvene there. With any luck, one of us will have stumbled upon him by then. If not, we'll be well situated to continue our search. We'll talk to 3 more people. Oh, we're not. We only need to talk to 1 person. Look at that. Come on. There it is. That was weird. Ah, that banjo. I gotta go find him. It's haste a lot. No, the name doesn't ring any bells, but there was a rather dapper-looking missile gentleman here not long ago. He wanted to talk about relations between Wright and Ulmore, or rather the lack of them. He lost a great many people to their promises of meal and the chance of a lavish life among the free, and Vauthry thought to take even more from us, conscripting the few able-bodied men we had left to guard his paradise. I needn't tell you what happened when the Sea-Eaters come. Such things are hard to forgive. But Vauthry's gone now, and we're curious to see what will become of Ulmore in his absence. That's what I told your friend. Chai-Nuzz, was it? I'm sure the others said the same. Not what he wanted to hear, I suppose, because he left soon after, and that was that. And we want to go up there. We want to go up there. All right, yeah, let's do one more. Do one more little bit and bob. Gotta get him mayored up. So he paid a visit to both Wright and Gate Town as well, did he? The Kaishir and I glean much the same. He seems determined to salvage what goodwill might yet remain among the settlements of Calusia, the only likely place he has left to go being Amity. Come if we are quick, we may yet catch up with him. Come on. Weird interaction with the umbrella and the running mount. There he is. Getting rained on. I brought an umbrella. You all Alpha now. Kaishir, what are you doing here? I'd ask you the same. We've been looking all over for you. Looking for me? Whatever for. Lady Chai has been nigh inconsolable in your absence. He claims you disappeared without so much as a word and bade us to return you to her side. What in blazes are you talking about? I left a letter for her in our chambers. I suppose she could have overlooked it, and when she gets an idea in her head, I can only apologize. No harm done, but since we are here, might I ask about what compelled you to come all this way? We were told you've been elected mayor, and from what we have gathered from the nearby villages, you have been inquiring about the people's grievances. Safe to assume you mean to take office? Now, let's not jump to conclusions. I did seek to learn about the problems faced by the people of Calusia, that much is true, but I am by no means sure I am the man to solve them. Tackling our many challenges will require resources, and until I have secured them, I would not be right to assume the role of mayor. You believe said resources can be found here? Indeed, the people's grievances are many, but in the course of my inquiries, I have already met with several individuals willing to lend their aid in addressing them. However, there remains one individual crucial to my plans, a man whose counsel may yet make a mayor of me. With respect, such forethought is, in itself, proof of your suitability. The city needs you, and I'm sure this man of whom you speak, whoever he may be, will reach the same conclusion. For what little it is worth, we will vouch for you should he require convincing. Whatever you... Yeah. We believe in you! We know how much he hates that. Oh, he's fine with it now. He's gotten over his self-esteem issues. Don't need to say anything. We've got your actions to speak for you. For as long as I can remember, all I ever wanted is to make it into Yulmore. But that dream's gone now. Burst like a bubble. Or boil, more like. Anyway, outside repaying it, Master Alfino, I haven't a clue what to do with myself. Spent most of the days in a daze. But you've been running up and down trying to find a way to fix this mess for everyone. And I reckon you can do it. You got this lot up Mount Gold, didn't you? How hard could mayoring be? You got to steer Yulmore to a better future. I know it, and I want to help, properly help, doing something that makes a difference. So positive. Give me entirely too much credit to a lot of you, but I can't deny it gives me heart. Come on, let's press on together. Let's go on an adventure. Let's get ahead of ourselves. Yulmore needs more than a man with good intentions, which is why I'm here, to find one with the experience needed to see the city thrive. We're looking for Rendon. Or was. I scarcely began to explain myself when he decided his time is better spent elsewhere. He served as chief advisor to Balthamy's father when he was in office. Franjeet was the mayor's right hand, one might say Rendon was the left, and between them they kept Yulmore on the road to prosperity. The city needs more than mere man of business, which is why I must find him. But even if you do, what makes you think he will listen? Before giving chase, it might not be wise to speak with those who know him here in Amity. They might be able to shed some light on his reason for rejecting your overtures out of hand. I suppose that makes sense. Perhaps we could start with Tristal then. As I recall, he made a rather favorable impression on him. I'm sure he would be willing to talk to us. Alright, we're gonna put a pin in this. We gotta get Chai-Nuzz's mayoral things. And then when all this is sorted, we can go back to what we were doing. So yeah. Good old patch content. Trying to get our friends back to the source. Stumbled upon some cool soul stuff, and now we gotta get Yulmore all up the sorted. Alright. Where are my buttons? There it is. Alright, thanks everybody for coming out. Hopefully the frickin' stream doesn't die again. Huh? Oh, wow. YouTube is saying I can do better than... I can up my bitrate instead of lower it.
For a minute, I thought YouTube was just criticizing your stream.
Oh,
it was just saying,
it's doing that
all
too.
right, guys, you can do better than this flame. Like 14, Final Fantasy 14, nobody plays that. Tell you what people do play, World of Warcraft. Why don't you change to that game?
Yeah. I'm looking at the stream health right now. It's just like, 8:19 p.m. stream is healthy. Stream health is excellent. And then 8:25 stream is sick. Not like cool sick, as in this is making me ill. Please change your content.